All right, we are live. Hello, hello, hello. Incredible greetings, good folk. Incredible greetings. How art thou? Let's see here. Let me go ahead and set this up real quick so I can share it out. I'm super excited about today. I'm on a high right now. I must say, I'm gonna tell y'all why. But I'm really on a high right now because I did something this morning that I'm super proud of myself for doing. Just barely was able to do it because I was trying to get Zani Mani out of the door and off to school. But I'm going to tell y'all about it in just a moment. I need to share this out real quick, and we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about some Canva today. I'm going to share something that I created in Canva that I showed to a different group of people, and that's really to show you the power of Canva. All right. Y'all know normally it's like I'm on here and I'm trying to push silhouette. But now y'all gonna get sick of me. Well, if you are following me on anything 365 Creative Academy, so at some point here, I won't be posting to like all the platforms. Right now, I'm going live to Silaholics Anonymous, to Honestly Speaking, so that you guys know like where to find me at, because pretty soon you're not gonna see live videos on those platforms. So 365 Creative Academy, and then there will be another one I'm working on my personal brand, which is Shakia the Professor. So those are coming soon. So make sure that you are following me at least on 365 Creative Academy, because we are, kind of changing directions. Y'all know I was normally talking about Silhouette Studio. Still my program. Love it down, okay? Nothing will replace it because there's a lot that you can do in that program. Actually, just finished a design and I'm about to send some enroll in for some cheer things. But Canva, after the 30th, Canva has just said, you know what? We are going to put our foot on the necks of every design platform, every system, they are on folks' neck with the updates. Now, it can be a good thing and a bad thing, because there are some things that are a little bit clunky, because I think they have tried to put in too much too fast. So some things are a little bit clunky right now, but I promise you, if you learn the foundation of the system and you kind of work through, especially if you've never really used Canva, you're not going to really notice the clunkiness of Canva. Like, you're just going to be able to appreciate what is there, And as they work out the kinks, it's only going to get better. If you are not already if you weren't already really, really using Canva, if you were, you're probably perturbed by some of these changes. But if you are brand new, it's probably, it's going to be good for you to learn Canva. All right. So I just need to go on here real quick and share some things out. But we are going to talk about, we're going to talk about Canva. You're going to keep hearing me say Canva. I am prepping for our Canva for Business. We are going to kick off January really, really strong with Canva for Business and how you can utilize, especially those spreadsheets. For those of you who want to kind of organize your taxes for your tax professional, or if you're going to do them yourself, or not organize your taxes, organize your expenses, and you need to figure all that stuff out, Canva Sheets, and the fact that it will create formulas via AI for you, you need to tap into Canva. I know formulas for Excel. I have built many a database, many a spreadsheet, many a formula chart. Y'all know I have my pricing calculator. That's absolutely amazing, that I created. And I put in the formulas, the lookups, the this, the that. I did all that stuff myself because I've been using Excel and I've been studying Excel formulas for a long time. I'm a straight up Microsoft girly because I've even built databases in Microsoft Access. Some of y'all too young to even know what Microsoft Access is. Don't even know that Microsoft has a full database creator that's a part of their whole suite. But I've been that locked in to Microsoft like for years. And then, of course, when Google came out with theirs, being able to have Google Forms and have that information automatically go to Google Sheets, Canva said, you know what? Clock that. We're going to do it too. And we're going to make it prettier and make it a little bit easier to do things, because Google does not have AI that it will do the formulas for you. Excel does not have AI that will do the formulas for you. You would have had to use ChatGPT, which ChatGPT can create the formulas, give you the formulas for you to do it yourself, or it could actually create the spreadsheet with the formulas already included. But you got to verify, because I have caught it slipping a couple of times. But Canva is we're going to give it to you all in one. Okay. They are defining, they are the definition. They're trying to become the definition of what it truly means to be all inclusive, all in one. I mean, and they're on their way. As somebody who has used several systems over the years, to see how they are incorporating them all into their platform is a blessing and a curse, because I just don't want it to be where it's so much where everything is clunky and it crashes all the time. I'm a little worried. I am definitely a person where I don't like to have all of my eggs in one basket. I probably still would not put everything there and let that be my only source. Even if I started to create things there, I would try to pull them out to be able to use in different platforms. But Canva doesn't have where you can save. I don't think you can. It's native to Canva, if I'm not mistaken, when it comes to I gotta look at my notes on it, but for certain parts of it, it's native to Canva, and you're not going to be able to pull it out of Canva. Hold on, let me just check something real quick. Go back to home. Let's go into Canva Sheets. Because if you don't know, when you're in Doc, there's certain ways that you can save it. And when you're in Sheets, there are certain things that you can save, or save options. So when we go to download, you can do CSV, common separated value, and you can save it as an XLSX, which is a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. I wasn't sure if they had the CSV, so where it will keep formulas and things of that nature. So some of the all of the visual stuff won't translate over, but you'll be able to keep formulas and things like that to back it up. So in my creative business, I'm going to talk about backing up. Make Canva look pretty. Okay. Makes it easier, makes you want to go in there and do the work. But I would never, ever, ever recommend having one system for all of your systems. Learn how to incorporate them other places. I don't care if you take it into Google Sheets. Just don't leave it just in Canva. But we're going to talk over the next couple of weeks, days, weeks, months. Y'all going to be sick of me. Prepare to be sick of me when it comes to Canva, specifically Canva for Business. I'm sorry. Those of you who want to use Canva just for your creative designs, to make your shirts and make your posters and make all those things, I know Canva. I'm a graphic designer. I can make any program work, but I can't help you. I'm not putting in a lot of effort on that side. Now, if you join my creative lounge, you'll get it, sprinkled in there, because we work from Photoshop, Canva, and Silhouette Studio. And, for those who ask about Cricut, we've done some things with Cricut as well. So that's where you'll get that creative, little bit. But Canva for Business is going to be full-fledged in January. But we kick off with Understanding Canva next week. Next week? No, the 14th. Is that next week? Yeah, the 14th, next week, Friday. We kick off Understanding Canva. But today, I'm going to show you guys. So I shot my shot. I'm going to tell y'all what I did. First, if you don't know who I am, let me introduce myself, okay? I am Shakia. Oh, wait, pause. Before I do that, I was all excited. I never shared it out. Let me go ahead and share this out real quick. Let's share it out. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some boom in it. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some boom in it. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some boom in it. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some boom in it. Oh, hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some boom in it. All right. So next. All right. Another day of Canva and all of the recent updates. Tap in to unlock your Canva power. All right, copy, post, and then share again and paste and share. All right, cool. So let me go ahead and introduce myself for those who this might be your first time here. I am Shakia, the professor of HSing 365. We are the home of 365 Creative Academy, Honestly Speaking, and Soloholics Anonymous. I don't know how I'm going to change that intro up because we're not really mentioning Soloholics Anonymous anymore. And once all of this summation paper is gone, we're not really, talking about Honestly Speaking anymore. I now need to workshop a new intro. Note to self, workshop a new intro. But I teach, gotta work on that too. Because we're not just focusing on the creatives. Oh my God, this is going to be a crazy few months. I didn't think about that I actually need to re-workshop all of my intros. But traditionally, we help creatives unlock their creativity in a wide variety of trainings. Everything from design to how to actually make things like custom shirts, tumblers, party favors, invitations, digital things, journals, e-guides, like all the things I have helped those who have a desire to learn those things, like in the creative space or craft space, for the past 10 years. I have been teaching it online. Instead, we are going to focus on a lot of the business side. I've dedicated 10 years, y'all. 10 years to the craft side, or that creative side. Now I am moving into those who really want to who want to monetize a hobby, because that's a thing, but you want to do it in a good way. That's not stressful. Those who want to have a profitable side hustle where it's not your full-time gig, but you want it to still, come off professional, right? So you want to have a profitable and professional side hustle, or those who are looking to really set the foundation and the building blocks for business. I'm able to help on a higher scale, but there's a lot of people up there that can help you when you're growing and you need major systems. The missing part is those micro systems and what it truly means to have a good foundation and a good start and have good habits. Don't be like me. I have experienced like all of the bad habits of bootstrapping and getting it out the mud, doing things yourself without systems. And it's taking me longer to get to where I'm at and like where I'm at in business and reach certain milestones and reach certain goals. I don't want that for the next generation coming up. I work with a lot of kids. My son has his business. And when we have our discussions about entrepreneurship, just having a conversation with him about the products that weren't selling and how to get rid of those, but also not lose, and him just understanding that, like, it's amazing to see him thrive in entrepreneurship. And my 7-year-old, he absolutely loves everything about business. I'm not sure if y'all saw that video when he's like, he's going to build his library. And like, it's amazing to hear Zion and Money talk about his business. They love their business. I cannot wait to gift the LLC to MJ when he turns 18 for B Bros Enterprise. But I love like the introduction of like business. It's overwhelming. Don't get me wrong. It can be very overwhelming because there's so many moving parts. And when you're not introduced to these moving parts early enough, it just becomes more and more frustrating. The more you grow, it's harder to go back to the foundation. So my goal and my mission starting in 2026 is to help startups where you're at the ground, where you're not too far gone, really scale back and start to work on those foundational things that you need to know about business. So it lessens the mistakes that you could potentially make. And when you know systems and you know how things work, even when you have someone come in, there can be some checks and balances. This is where I see a lot of businesses fold at, because they'll go and they'll hire someone to come in, and this person says, I am the this, and they have this, high fee that they're paying them. But there's no way for you to really verify what they're doing. Like, if what they're doing is correct, is it legal? Like, because some folks do some stuff that ain't too, they have like little workarounds. But how do you know if it's actually beneficial for your business? Like, you need to know. You can trust people, but you don't want to put your entire, like, the success of your business, or like just the fate of your business in someone else's hand, and you don't know anything about it. You don't believe me? Listen to Pinky Cole. She said it. She became hands off, and folks was doing stuff, and she didn't know what was going on. The one from Amy Cole, she now works for Skims. If you listen to her interview on Emma, is it Greerd? Is that how you say hers? Aspire. Just having investors come in and just not understanding. I've listened to Marketing by Monray, and she talks about spending so much money on people, right? And having this person come in, and this person is responsible for that, and it wasn't helping her business. And she's talked about going to zero twice because of that. And it's when you are so great at what you do in business, and you have somebody else come in who says they're an expert, but there's no checks and balances. And, that's where your business hurts at. So when you don't understand certain things, it can be detrimental to your business. So my goal is to help you at least have an understanding, so that even if you outsource it or you hire someone, when things are not so right, like, that don't seem right. Let's have a discussion about this, and it doesn't become too far gone. But that's a story for another day. We're starting at the bottom, okay? And Canva, like I said, is a great place to start. And there's a lot of ways for you to build out microsystems within Canva and a few other resources. But we're going to talk about Canva. So today, I'm in what's called the Morning Meetup with David Shantz. He is the host, one half of the host of the Social Proof podcast with Donnie Wiggins. She also has a mentorship program, Action with CEO. I'm in the Morning Meetup. And so on Tuesdays, we have Q&A day. And most people, of course, they ask questions about like their business. So I shot my shot. I was debating. So next week, Tuesday, I'm going to shoot my shot on these epilepsy shirts, because David, and he's been open about it. Well, I think he has been open on his socials, and not just with us, I think, hopefully. But he also has a kid that suffers from epilepsy. And y'all know that Zani Mani does. I've been on lives where I've had to shut it down because he's having a seizure. And so I have this line of like shirts for the warriors in the fight, the purple warriors, but also those who are supporting. And I was debating on whether or not I was going to shoot my shot on trying to get him to buy shirts for him and his family for epilepsy, because November is Epilepsy Awareness Month, or if I was going to shoot my shot on being able to host a session in the Morning Meetup about Canva, because when we're having discussions, he talks a lot about like putting your content out, and there's ways to do content outside of just doing like regular videos. And I sent him some stuff, but busy man doesn't always check his inboxes. So I was like going back and forth. And as people were talking, I said, okay, we're going to do this one today, and I'll do the epilepsy one, because we still have a few weeks, in epilepsy awareness. But when you are a parent of a kid with epilepsy, every day, is epilepsy awareness, because we have to live with that every day. So I know I can convince him to get the shirts later. So I showed him and I was like, well, I know you didn't look at my inbox because you didn't pop down to the bottom. But I was like, I would like to be able to host a class. Well, actually, I first asked, I was like, I know it's called the morning meetup, but I have little ones and I'm normally getting children out of the door and to school because I, drop kids off, have to get Ziny Money ready. So in the morning, it's harder for me, at that time frame at like, think lessons normally start around like 8:00, 8:15 until 9. It's harder. Like that's prime time for me. Like that's peak time, I'm sorry, for me. So I was like, I know it's morning meetup, but would it be possible for me to host a session in the evening on Canva and how it can help businesses and how they can use it to help their business? And so I was like, I sent you some stuff when you had Podcast Summit. You didn't get to see it because I had this whole rollout of like a countdown for Podcast Summit that he could have posted, but he didn't get a chance to see them. Back then, I think I was a little bit afraid to say it. Yeah, I don't know. Like I probably should have raised my hand to say, check your inbox, but I didn't. And so I showed it today and he was very impressed. I'm going to show y'all what I created back then. But he said, of course, hell yeah. The man called me dope. He was like, yo, this is really good. The girl is good. And so then you have like all these people, outside. I'm used to this in the creative world, like the crafters. But to see so many other like just different types of businesses, be impressed by what I created and want to work with me, I was just like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is an answered prayer. Everything is lining up that I know that I do have, I'm not, what I have to offer is not just for the creative community, the craft community. So yeah, I'm going to show y'all some of the things I created. Some of you guys saw it in certain groups. I did release like part of it and I showed it. Those who are in creative business, they saw these, but now I'm going to share them with y'all since I shared it with them. Okay. So here goes. Let's go to present, share screen, and present, share screen. Okay, y'all can see that. Let me know. Make sure y'all can see my screen. And incredible morning. Well, actually, we're in afternoon now. So, hey, Kay, incredible greetings. Hey, Michelle. Good afternoon, Professor. Hope you're having a great day. I'm having an incredible day, especially after this morning. Hey, Phyllis, how art thou? And let me also pull this up on my phone because y'all know Shaquille Lavelle doesn't show up on StreamYard. So I have to be on here to be able to see comments. Oh my God, I need some of these changes. I need some edge control, better edge control up here. Jesus. Oh, wait, Tiana says, can I ask you a question? How do you add a circle or heart on top of a picture of a person? So I'm not answering silhouette questions. For that question, you will have to go to the group, Silhouettes Anonymous or Honestly Speaking, to ask that question. And I'll be more than happy to answer for you after this live. But I'm not, when I was offering y'all free Q&As for Silhouette Studio, y'all ain't had no questions. Today, we are definitely talking about Canva, okay? Hey, Deidre, how art thou? Welcome in. Okay, so incredible greetings. Welcome. All right, so let me back up here. I had actually done a few of these, and he actually did see these, and he replied back to me on Instagram. And I was just showing him how he could, because when he did the post, it was like 2 different pictures of him. And then the third post was a screenshot. Now, I don't know where they posted it. I'm not sure if that was from Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, like that little post box. But it was a screenshot of wherever he posted it at. Like, so I'm guessing it's probably like Twitter. So I was showing him how he could combine them like into one. So this was like a different picture. And then this was another picture, and I removed the background. Let me see. Can I go to remove background so that you can see the original? Oh, see, there it is. So you get to see the original. There was him just like standing, like just standing there. And so I removed the background. His foot is like technically cut off. So I'm going to exit out of that. And then I combined like him working out. So I combined them and I sent this one to him. And I was like, this is a great way that you can post it because it makes it where it's all one big visual. And then I did this one. So it was like him looking in the mirror, and this is layered. Because see, there's that. Because if not, this would just sit over his head. So it's layered where it's like it's almost like he's in front of it. Now I don't move this and now it's all out of whack. And this was another like quote that he had about working out. This was a different day, I think. So I ended up making that one. Well, then Podcast Summit came up. So I started working on some of the other ones because, again, I'm in the morning meetup. So this was one where it was just kind of, this is a static post, which I could add animations where it could become a reel. But this was just a screen grab. No, he posted this on his Instagram. And it was me putting this. So you can see like the Podcast Summit is behind him. So if I end up moving it, you can see like, so I teach how to layer and how to be able to do these different things to give visual effects to even static images. So it was like 7 days until the biggest podcast event in Atlanta. And then there was this one. There's actually a bag right there. And so I end up putting the logo there to cover it up, and there's Donnie's feet. So I end up putting that there to cover it up. And I don't know what he was like, I don't know what he was doing, like when he was looking at Donnie. So I just made up the caption that says, the look you give when you're trying to figure out why they don't have a ticket yet, basically to Podcast Summit. So I created that one. And then this was the same thing, but in blue, because those are his colors. And then I created, which one is this? Oh, so this is just basically saying who David Shands is. Host of Social Proof. He has seven-figure podcasts, seven-figure podcaster. It's like his teaching program for that. He has the hot seat and then the morning meetup. And so this was a picture from last year. No, last year's Podcast Summit. And yeah, so this was like just an advertisement that he could, put up. And then I did this one. So you're going to see 4 different slides. Well, I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different ones. And when I click on them, it's not as big of an impact. But if I hit preview, look at how he came up, all the words and stuff, they pop up, then boom, and then it shifts. Matching move is one of my favorite features. And then that kind of disappears. And then there's him and Donnie. These are 2 different pictures. And then it does this thing. It's amazing, right? And then this was the 4 days left. And so I was doing this whole little countdown. Oh, and then there was this one when he finally released the live stream. Now, if you see what this, I think I have it on here. This was the original assets. It was from their actual website that said, register today for the live stream tickets. So this is how it looked on the website. And then this was a different picture of all of the speakers. So I took that and broke it up. I didn't retype out anything, sample colors. And so I end up making this. This is literally all of the pieces that are here. I did not type out anything new. It's just knowing how to work it, to rearrange it. Look at how live stream tickets is here. Live stream tickets here, it's stacked. But here, I made them where they went across. Actually, did I do available now? Okay, so that was the only thing that I added was available now. And then, of course, the Podcast Summit and the dates. And then, of course, podcastsummit.com down here. But everything else is from their assets. but I did all of this in Canva to create different advertisements. So if we go here, this was a picture of him on stage. This was a picture that someone took of a guy that brought his kid there. This was, just another shot of the audience, and then like this bigger shot. All of these are what made, please hold. It's like, keep telling them, I can't rush the doctors. Like when they give it back to me, they give it back to me. Podcastsummit.com down here. All right. Uh-oh. So, what was I going to say? Hold on. Uh-oh, hold on. Okay. So this was like all of those things literally made up this one. This is one picture, two picture, three different pictures. Actually, did I do the other one in there? Let me see. Why does this have? So I don't think this was a part. I think it's just 1, 2, and 3. And then the one with him and Donnie, this is a different picture of them on stage. And then this is the picture of the crowd. Yeah, that's where that picture came in at. And then the one of him on stage, the audience, and then these. So I was showing the original assets versus, so that's what I say. Some of you guys saw this post where I was like swipe for results because I put them up where you would swipe to see what I created from it. But as you can see, I like no smoke and mirrors. This is all in Canva. All done in Canva. And you don't have to always like make videos. I know it's like really intimidating for some people to make videos like where they're talking and figuring out what to say. Advertisements can be just static pictures. Advertisement can be motion pictures where you're just adding an animation. These are some of the things that we are going to teach in Canva for Business. But in order to be able to make these assets for your business, you have to first understand Canva. That's why we're doing Understanding Canva, the fall semester, starting November 14th, 15th. We skip the 16th. Then we go back, we come back the 17th and 18th. So Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, we're going through Understanding Canva and going through like the lineup is there. I'll go over it. But there have been so many updates, like editing videos, having the ability, like, well, they've already had like mock-ups, but the fact that you can adjust the colors on images. So I'll show you the original. I think this is it. Does this show the original? Yes. So these were the original images. The colors are not super vibrant. They're not, the same tones because of how they were taken and whether or not there was, a ring light or like just the lighting, like, so the lighting is uneven. But I was able to utilize the effects in Canva to be able to do, I don't know where you came from. Why are you there? Let's delete you. Where you see now the colors match because you can do various adjustments to color, to shading, adding shadows to create depth and bring things forward, recess things to the back, be able to have your logo on it. And this is something that you can post. Everything doesn't have to be this B-roll of you making a shirt. Like it's just displaying the things and then putting a caption with it. So our creative business students, we went through how to do this in our creative business program, but you'll learn how to do it in Canva for Business as well. And then this was another version of it that we did. having a clean background, removing the original background, even if it's like cut off. So I teach like how to overcome that if you didn't get like the perfect picture. And then this is a template that was in Canva for something else. And I was showing how you can use the templates that Canva provides, like their pre-made templates, and how you can make it work for you. So this was the original template. It was like something for a new blog. I've always been that way where I encourage people to think outside the box, and like something that seems like it has no correlation to what you are doing, being able to see how you can make it work for your needs. You have to be able to see past that. And that's something that's really hard to do unless you have coaching, unless you have somebody that can really show you those things, and it starts to program your mind to look at something and be like, you know what? I don't really need it for this, but I can definitely visualize how to make this work for whatever like I'm doing. So we did that. I did it with Javaya as well, from Gifted Hands by Javaya. There was this honey pot advertisement on Facebook, and I end up creating a grad campaign that mimicked that. Something for Cuda Cat wipes, Cuda Cat washes. And I was able to take that concept, but make it work for her graduation advertisement and her promos. So that's my superpower. I am great at that, helping you to truly think outside of the box. And although we did it a lot on the creative side to make shirts, like I said, I am moving to helping you guys think outside the box and be very creative in your business. If you have more time than you do money, and you need to be able to DIM, y'all know that's my term. I don't say DIY, because when you are looking at something and you can't afford it, what you gonna say? I'm gonna do it myself, right? So my term that I've kind of coined is DIM. When you want to DIM it, because you have more time than you have money, you may not have the discipline, but you can build that up to actually sit down and do the things, because you're not getting paid to do your own resources, and that you can feel like it's taking away from you making money when you have to do it. But if you can figure out a way to simplify that and be able to do it slightly faster, it doesn't sting as much, and you can actually sit down and work on resources for your business. But you have to, like, y'all know I say, you cannot save both. You cannot save time and money. If you are short on time, you got to be able to have some money so that you can outsource it and somebody else can do it for you, or you're going to do automations, and automation costs. If you are short, well, so if you're short on time, you got to pay money. If you are short on money, you got to put in that time. You got to put in that sweat equity, because no one's going to help you and do all these systems for you for free. You cannot save on both. You can eventually work to where, you want to free up time, and, the goal is to work to free up time and to be able to pay for things. That's like the ultimate goal, but that's not everyone's, situation. So when you have more time than you have money, you need a professor like me that's going to help you build out microsystems that you can, easily incorporate, taking it one step at a time, working on one part of your business at a time, and mastering that, implementing that. And once that's running like a well-oiled machine, you can work on the next system. I know most are in a rush to have their business be a well-oiled machine, but if you just jumped into business and you did not set the proper foundation first, it's going to just seem harder and harder and harder. So I just want you to take a step back and implement microsystems that's going to help you. And Canva definitely can do that. Even with just content. If you struggle with content because you think that it means that you have to be on camera, you have to be doing live videos, you have to be showing no, showcase what it is that you do. Showcase the work, put the pricing on there, make it look like a flyer that that just advertise your work. Just like every other business has advertisements. Learning to separate like how you design, because some of y'all like really, really, really busy designs. Let me come off of this one. I'll go back in a second because I want to show you guys some other things. So some of you guys would work on like you're making really busy designs for shirts and tumblers and invitations and party favors. And it becomes really hard to switch up how you design for advertising for your business. You want that advertisement to be as streamlined as possible. You want to have focal points. You want them to be able to clearly see information and not pack so much information into one like one piece of content, because then they can't read it. Not everybody wants to take the time to like go and pinch and zoom to read your information. So being able to edit down how you're used to designing for shirts and mugs and tumbler is going to be important. And if for those who are going to be new to me, who are not in the space of making shirts and things of that nature, you want to be able to easily and cleanly communicate what it is that you do. I want to help you change the mindset that you have to communicate every single part of your business in one post. You want them to come back and come back more and more and more, so that your algorithm has a boost, so that it's introducing it to new people. You want those old folk, the ones who already know you, to engage with you. So if you're dropping one piece of content, one, picture that talks about one part of your business, one service, and then you have another post that you're running and you're posting that, several times, that's another service. Like, that gives people more content to like and engage with. But if you try and put all of it in one, you're gonna have a bottleneck in your promo, in your social media content. So my goal is to help you kind of work out some of those bottlenecks in your business with microsystems. Okay. So I'm going to show you, I was supposed to be bringing up, okay, actually it was already up. Yay. Let's go here and here. Oh, you know what I wish I can find? Hold on. Let me see if I can't put, because I know I saved that one. I dumped a lot of stuff out of my phone when I went to Orlando, because I wanted to be able to record content. But I know for sure I left the honeypot ad like screenshot in my phone. So I'm going to find that real quick and I'm going to upload it to here. Where are you? Now I know you're still in my camera roll. What time is it? Okay. Oh, I gotta go. Okay, I'm here to find this because I have to go take MJ his PE uniform before lunch ends. Oh God, come on.